Alright, Dodgers fans, hold on to your hats because we've got a story that's bigger than any curveball out there. When I say the word invincible, what comes to mind? Superman? A juggernaut? Well, get ready, because the Los Angeles Dodgers just might fit that description after this offseason. We're talking unstoppable levels of dominance. Yeah, that's right, invincible. I mean, have you seen what they've been up to? You'd think they were a team desperate for success, except they're already defending World Series champions. And now, they're stacking their roster like they're playing in fantasy baseball mode. With zero budget restraints, let's dive into this absolutely insane offseason haul the Dodgers just pulled off and why. Just maybe, they're about to be unbeatable. It all started with Roki Sasaki, the 100 mph phenom from Japan who made everyone's jaw drop. The player every team wanted. But somehow, the Dodgers pulled him in. And we're not done yet, oh no. This winter? It's like they had a shopping spree in the best aisle of the baseball store. Blake Snell? Check. Tyler Glasnow? Check. Yoshinobu Yamamoto? You bet. And Ohtani's going to be throwing some heat on the mound too. It's like the Dodgers were playing a game of who can get more aces on one team. But wait, did they need any of these guys? Not really, but they got them anyway. Because why not? They're the Dodgers. And when you have the money, why settle for good when you can be invincible? And when you ask the Dodgers co-owner Peter Guber about this squad, it's almost as if he's talking about the best team ever assembled in the history of sports. And you know what? He's not wrong. His answer? Yes. He thinks this team is that good, maybe even better than the Golden State Warriors' 73-win season. That's saying something. And then Stan Kasten, one of the most experienced guys in sports management, he says it's one of the most impressive collections of players he's ever seen. Not just offense, not just defense, not just pitching, it's everything. And here's the kicker. The Dodgers have all that and more. So yeah, maybe invincible isn't just a fancy word. It's the reality. Now let's talk about the players. The Dodgers have got MVP caliber players everywhere you look. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith. Oh, and don't forget about that guy who carried the team in October, Blake Trinan, who's back. But you think that's enough for this juggernaut? Heck no. We've got a new face in the outfield, Teoscar Hernandez. And you know what? They're still not stopping. But wait, we have to talk about Shohei Ohtani. The man, the myth, the legend. Not only is he hitting home runs like a machine, but he's also going to be throwing some fire on the mound. The Dodgers already had a stacked roster, but now they're just unfair. A super team? More like an invincible team. And do you know who's at the helm of this baseball juggernaut? None other than Dave Roberts. Statistically one of the best managers in baseball history. What's his secret? Probably the fact that his roster can literally win every game. Look, if there was a recipe for success in the MLB, the Dodgers management has cooked up something so ridiculously good. It might break the game. Alright, Dodgers fans, let's get real for a second. The Padres? They can't beat them. The Yankees? Please. Even the Mets and their star-studded roster? The Dodgers wiped the floor with them last October. There's no team in sight that has what it takes to knock this powerhouse down. At least not in the regular season. I mean, really, when you look at what this team has, the word invincible starts to make a whole lot of sense. Right? We've got 5 potential aces in the rotation. That's not a pitching staff, that's a dream team. And when you throw in all the other players, there's not a single position the Dodgers are weak at. From their elite bullpen to that insane lineup, every team in the league should be shaking in their boots. And, folks, let's not forget this, when you have the kind of lineup the Dodgers do, and a city that expects championships, you know the pressure's on. But it looks like the Dodgers? They're rising to that occasion. And by the looks of it, they're going to make the rest of the MLB feel like they're playing a whole different game. So I have to ask, can anyone really beat them this year? They've got the pieces. They've got the stats, they've got the firepower, and most importantly, they've got that chip on their shoulder, because after this offseason, nothing is going to stand in their way. Alright, Dodgers fans, invincible is no longer just a fantasy. It's a reality. But let's hear from you. Do you think this team is unbeatable? Or do you see any team that might have what it takes to take them down? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more MLB buzz. And hey, we'll see you next time, because trust me, This season is about to be one for the ages. How close were the Padres to landing Roki Sasaki? Here's what we learned. When Roki Sasaki, the electrifying 23-year-old Japanese pitcher, made his way to the MLB, there were rumors swirling about which team would land him. The consensus seemed to be that the Los Angeles Dodgers had the inside track. But as Sasaki's recruitment process unfolded, there were plenty of twists and turns that kept fans, media, and executives on the edge of their seats. Let's break down how close the San Diego Padres were to landing the phenom. The details from Sasaki's introductory press conference, and the takeaways from his decision-making process. 1. The homework assignment that put teams to the test. When Sasaki first met with teams, he handed out a homework assignment. This wasn't a standard Q&A session. This was his chance to gauge how teams would work with him and help him grow. Sasaki's velocity dipped slightly last season, so he wanted to know how each team would fix it. His agent, Joel Wolfe, described it as a way for Sasaki to understand what each team thought of his delivery and what adjustments they planned to make to help him improve in 2025. It wasn't just about evaluating teams, it was about finding a group that truly understood how to develop him. For the Dodgers, this homework assignment was an opportunity to showcase their top-tier performance science group and coaching staff. They leaned into their strengths, with President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman saying that they felt this task was right in our wheelhouse. It was clear that the Dodgers' ability to foster development and handle performance enhancements played a huge role in Sasaki's ultimate decision. 2. Cy Young potential? As one of the most talked about pitchers coming from Japan, Sasaki's potential is sky high. However, his agent was quick to remind the media that Sasaki is not yet a finished product. He has less than 400 innings under his belt in Japan, making him less seasoned than other international stars like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who had nearly 900 innings when he signed with the Dodgers last year. But the Dodgers aren't shying away from this reality. General manager Brandon Gomes drew a parallel to last year's National League Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens, and highlighted Sasaki's Cy Young potential. The combination of his power, velocity, and the ability to grow as a pitcher made him one of the most promising young talents in baseball today. Sasaki has already shown flashes of brilliance in Japan, and the Dodgers believe he has room to get even better. That belief in his upside and growth potential was one of the key factors in his decision to sign with LA. 3. Picking a third pitch, the key to unlocking Sasaki's full potential. While Sasaki is already known for his devastating fastball, he's regularly clocked at triple digits, and his signature splitter. Much of his success in MLB will depend on his third pitch, a slider. Sasaki has experimented with different variations of this pitch over the years, and the Dodgers are committed to helping him perfect it. In his press conference, Gomes spoke about working closely with Sasaki to understand his thoughts on the slider and ensure it becomes an effective tool in his arsenal. They're aiming to turn this pitch into a more consistent weapon, one that will help Sasaki continue to develop into one of the most dominant pitchers in the league. This process will be a focus for Sasaki as he enters spring training with the Dodgers. The club's pitching staff and coaching team are prepared to help him make the necessary adjustments to make this pitch more reliable, which could prove pivotal in his transition to the major leagues. 4. The Padres and Blue Jays, close, but no cigar. Despite all the talk of the Dodgers being the frontrunner, Sasaki's decision was hardly a foregone conclusion. In fact, the Padres and the Blue Jays were both in the mix until the very end. Sasaki took a very measured approach to his free agency, spending time in each city and immersing himself in the culture of each team. Sasaki and his agent felt that spending more time in each city, rather than simply meeting with more teams, would give them a better sense of which environment would suit him best. The Padres and Blue Jays both made compelling pitches, and Sasaki's agent noted that the decision came down to a coin flip by the end. The Padres were particularly motivated to land Sasaki and felt they could offer him the best opportunity to thrive. But in the end, Sasaki decided that the Dodgers' combination of resources, coaching staff, and overall team environment was the best fit for his career. The Padres and Blue Jays had impressive offers, but Sasaki felt the Dodgers were the team that aligned best with his long-term goals. 5. The Dodgers' Japanese advantage, building a legacy. The Dodgers have long been a premier destination for international talent, and in recent years, they've made a concerted effort to establish a strong presence in Japan. With Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto already on the team, the Dodgers now have a home field advantage when it comes to recruiting Japanese players. In fact, thanks to the stardom of Ohtani and Yamamoto, Dodgers games are broadcast live every morning in Japan, with reruns airing in prime time. This visibility has led to a growing connection between the Dodgers and the Japanese baseball community. With Sasaki now joining the team, the Dodgers are hoping to solidify their status as a top destination for Japanese talent for years to come. This strategy isn't just about building a star-studded roster. It's also about creating lasting relationships with fans and players from Japan. And Sasaki's arrival is a major step in that direction. Takeaways: the Dodgers' big win and the near misses for the Padres. In the end, the Dodgers' combination of resources, the pull of Shohei Ohtani, and their strong ties to Japan ultimately tipped the scales in their favor. Sasaki's decision wasn't a slam dunk, but the Dodgers did everything right in their pursuit. With the Padres and Blue Jays both coming up just short, Sasaki's signing in LA feels like another victory for a team already loaded with talent. For the Padres, this is yet another reminder of how close they came to landing a generational talent. They made a great pitch, but sometimes, even the best efforts can fall just short. For Dodgers fans, though, this signing represents another big win in their pursuit of dominance. And with Sasaki now in the fold, the team looks set for even greater things in the years to come.